So good evening, good evening, good evening. Big up to each and every one of you inside. Make sure you are smashing up the likes as you enter and watch. That'd be great. Make sure you are subscribing as well. Check out yesterday's video, Eden Hazard. How good was Eden Hazard? Go and check it out. Let me know. Leave it in the comment section. Today, we're going to talk about Erik ten Hag. He is on skating on thin ice. And he saved his job the other day. Or Scott McTominay saved his job the other day. But how long for? Christian Eriksen has now come out as the latest player to kick off and moan about no game time and players that are unworthy being picked above him. So yeah, leave your comments and super chats down below. Let me know your thoughts on everything we're going to go through. The Utd Takeover, I've just seen another story saying Sheikh Jassim's going to put another 2 billion on. Yeah, all right, mate. Come on. Anyway, do check out the live stream I did as well with Saeed, Northside, and Flawless as well. We were talking about all of this stuff, really. So yeah, there you go. Make sure you check that out from the Man U perspective. It's on the League Gunner channel. Anyway, Christian Eriksen is not a happy bunny. He has gone on international duty, and he's not best pleased with being dropped. It always makes me laugh when these players go on international duty because all of these quotes suddenly come out. Then it's, oh, it was lost in translation. Like, really? Come on. Yes, it was lost in translation. But anyway, let's see what he's had to say. I'm going to get the exact quote up. Here we go. Right. He said, I think you should ask the coach what he thinks. Eriksen told this to Danish outlet Extra Bladet. Anyway, we have been hit hard by injuries in defence. We simply conceded too many goals. I was sick last week, but I'm doing fine. I don't have any flaws. The body feels good, and of course, I want to play every game. But if you've seen the matches for yourself, you may see that Ten Hag plays with slightly different types of players to me. Ten Hag started with a central midfield pair in a Casemiro and Sofra and Amrabat at the weekend, while Hannibal started against Galatasaray in the European game. Ten Hag's explanation for withdrawing Casemiro, which I thought was weird as well. He said after the game that he wanted more football. I know Casemiro's not been playing great recently, but I find that extremely weird that you would say that you want more football and then you take off somebody who's so good at playing football when you've got the likes of Bruno running around just spamming aimless balls into row Z, and you've got Mason Mount just running around looking like he's doing something. Seems a bit weird. TalkSport, obviously, Alan Brazil and Ali McCoist the other morning claiming that that a little birdie at Man United, one of the players, never said who, has told somebody that works at TalkSport that the dressing room's lost. There's a lot of players that ain't having him. They don't want Ten Hag there. They're looking to get him out, and they're not happy with his methods and with his style. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that, oh, yeah, that's all made up. Yeah, they're a load of rubbish. It's only rubbish if you don't believe it. Because these things do happen, by the way. Like, these things will happen where somebody will leak something to TalkSport or to a different media outlet. Happens all the time. Where do you think you get all the news from? Like, whether you believe it or not remains to be seen, but this does happen. Yeah, obviously these journalists, I use the word journalist loosely, a lot of them are puppets just for the club. So it'd be the club just telling them, yeah, right, what you want, just make this up. I'll just say we're in for that player. Yeah, so a lot of it will be BS, but there will be instances where players are leaking stuff. Look how many times there was leaks coming out of Man United, and then all of a sudden you get rid of a few players and the leaks stopped. Now all of a sudden they're coming back. Yeah, it's almost like the journalists that are in the press conferences at Man United at Carrington every week are the ones doing the leaking. Yeah, almost like the football club itself are doing the leaking. Because it's funny how when everything goes well at a football club, you don't hear any of these stories coming out. When Man United were winning the cup and everything, you didn't hear about all of this. Didn't hear about players coming out saying, no, Ten Hag's not picking me, it's not on. Oh, the players, 9 players are backing Jadon Sancho. You know, He's losing the dressing room. Didn't hear any of this, did you? Right? You don't hear these stories when it's going well. You only hear them when it's going bad. Yeah, these football clubs have got everyone's pants down, trust me. Yeah, especially Man United and Arsenal and Tottenham. Them three football clubs use these puppet journalists, yeah, to their advantage. And the majority of people are so thick, they can't see it. However, they play both sides because the club want a narrative out of it. The club want the narrative out of it. So it's kind of strange seeing like so many people backing a manager when quite clearly he has lost the players. Yeah, that's my opinion. He has lost the players. Not all of them. There'll still be players that are playing for him, the ones that signed this summer. But Marcus Rashford's gone. He ain't playing for him at all. Jadon Sancho, I'd say Casemiro, I'd say a few others. They're not playing for him. Yeah, there's talk that Andre Onana's going to get dropped now. Like, come on, turn it in. It's unbelievable. And do you know what the crazy thing is as well? So if you actually look at Man United's squad, over half the squad, I think, was signed by Ten Hag or under Ten Hag's stewardship. That's mad. But now he can't get his own style of play. Oh, we need more players, the fans are crying. Like, what planet are these people on? He's done 400 million quid. He's won a League Cup, fair enough. But where's the accountability? That's 6 out of your first 11 games. That should be sackable offence. And I'll tell you something, if Scott McTominay hadn't scored at the weekend, he probably would have been sacked. But why prolong the inevitable? Get rid of him now, international break. Give it Steve McLaren or someone until you go and find someone else. Ain't difficult, is it? Unbelievable, Jeff. But Man United are in the gutter and have been for a very long time. But it's what it is. The only way to get out the gutter is if Sheikh Jassim is a real person and actually has money. We shall find out. Again, there's reports today that the longest takeover in living history is nearing an end. Says who? Says the Sun newspaper. Now let's have a look at the news on this. Daily Express. Man United takeover will happen as Sheikh Jassim back to pay another $2 billion to seal the deal. That was an hour ago. Daily Express. Let's read this real quick. All right. Let's have a look. Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani, or Sir Jim Ratcliffe, will complete a Manchester United takeover as a matter of when, not if, according to a key Premier League figure. Who's the key Premier League figure? The Qatari royal, in particular, has been backed ultimately to accept the Glazers' financial-driven demands in a case to seal the deal. Yeah, good one. Good one. This is hilarious. Sheikh Jassim or Sir Jim have been at the forefront of an 11-month saga. The two frontrunners were joined by US hedge funds seeking minority investment. The United owners are yet to decide the club's fate. Sheikh Jassim has reportedly offered around $5 billion for 100%. Meanwhile, Sir Jim and the Glazers eye a 67% stake. It says 1.5 million for 25%. Obviously, that's a typo. So the Daily Express, whoever wrote this or typed it, you are a muppet. It's 1.5 billion. That would allow the Glazers to retain full control at Old Trafford, likely before a phased takeover, eventually sending Sir Jim into the club's helm. But the American family are thought to have dismissed that offer. John Smith, one of football's first ever agents, who played a crucial role in forming the Premier League in 1992, has recently discussed the takeover among the topical subjects with caught offside. This guy, his son, is the agent to quite a lot of these superfan channels. And yeah, John Smith, the first super agent, owns the FIFA Best Awards. Do the maths. Very well connected. Maradona's agent back in the day. Andrei Arshavin's agent back in the day. It's no wonder these people are getting pitch side and interviewing players all of a sudden, isn't it? When his son is their agent. But what do I know? It is what it is. But anyway, John Smith said, to be honest, I'm not inside the deal. but I know quite a lot of the funds who are going close with the two bidders. It would appear vaguely intelligent for the Glazers to have looked again at the golf and said there is a bigger game here and we don't want to sell ourselves short. We've arguably got the biggest entity on the planet, and if the Qataris are going to pay 5 billion, maybe they'll pay 10 billion. Maybe it's just a number and they'll just settle on 7. There you go. I personally think that this is just going to go on for about another 3, 4, 5 months. I know it's obviously a lot of money, but to the sheikhs, it's not. It's drop in the ocean. But I personally do think this is going to go on for about another 3 or 4 months. But I do think eventually they will get the club, and then you'll go into next summer and strip that club back, and you will kick on, and you will actually go back eventually to being the club that you should be, being the club you once was. Getting them Glazers out will be the biggest thing to happen to Man United, because they'll come in, the Qataris, and they ain't playing. They're here to take over. So yeah, good luck to Man United. I think you're going to need it for the short term. In the long term, once the Qataris come in, I think you'll be fine. And I think that they know what they're doing. They know how to run businesses. They know how to make money. They strive for perfection and excellence. As soon as they do come in, if Ten Hag's still in his job, don't expect him to be there for much longer, because they will sack him as quick as they can. But it is what it is. Listen, big up to everybody who's tuned in. Let me know your thoughts on the dressing room situation at Man United. Let me know your thoughs on the takeover at Man United. Make sure you go and check out my stream that I did with Saeed, Flawless and Northside earlier on the League Gunner channel. I'm done for the day. I'm going to the beach. I'm going to prop myself up with my cool box, my beers and my fried fish. And make sure you leave a like on the video. Sub to the channel, most importantly. Likes and subs, comments and supers. We out of here. Have a sick day. Adios.